Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 8 of Project Tech Gaming. I'm your host for this week, Kelvin Malone, and I'm here joined with co-host Robert Garcia. What's up, man?
Hey, just excited for another episode of Project Tech Gaming. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm excited. One, because we're doing episode 8, and two, we're gonna hang out this weekend, which is kind of cool. It hasn't happened in a while, right?
Oh yeah, it's like it's a couple of months since like it was just you and me hanging out.
Yeah. What are we
like
doing?
freaking old times.
What are we doing? Do you know? First
Maybe
of
we're
all,
just
what
gonna
time
go
am I
to.
going? That's the real question.
You said in the morning,
I'm thinking like how early is early for you? Like I'm thinking like get there by like
if you want to
8?
come like the ass crack of dawn, be my guest. I'll be sleeping, but
All right. I'll try to get. I don't know. I kind of want to get there for like 8, maybe, or be there for 9. How does that sound? Is Jess sleeping?
at
What's
work,
going on with Jess?
she'll be good. She'll probably be cooking breakfast or something.
Shit. All right. So let's
So-
let's shoot for 9, and yeah, and we'll figure out what we're gonna do. I have no idea yet. But do you have any plans or not yet?
Right now I got a couple things set up. Like I said, we can hit up some breweries and around here, and I'm sure we'll have some interesting content that we'll come up with during that time that we're actually together. So
Some
cool.
brainstorming. That'd be cool.
yeah, stay
Well,
tuned.
for now, let's actually get into right into the actual topics of the show for today. This week, we're going to be talking about Pokemon video presentation and Post Malone concerts, the San Diego Comic-Con, E3, and Anime Expo canceled, first ever space hotel slated to be operational by 2027, and Apple not switching to USB-C, and of course, we're going to talk about the Smash Brothers showcase. We have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Before we do any of that, though, we have to talk about Game of the Week. Game of the Week is basically the co-host of the week will be playing a game, any type of game that they like. They choose the type of platform, they choose the type of genre, and they just give their thoughts, their initial impressions, and they give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if they don't like it or if they do like it. Rob, your turn. What have you been playing this week?
So the game I'm playing this week is Code Vein.
Okay.
You're very familiar with this game because we've been trying to play this game for a very long time.
Yeah.
We actually were about to
do it.
Yeah, well, we were actually gonna buy it. I remember we
Yeah.
were like, "Do we want to spend the $60 to play this game?"
Yep.
And then we were like, "No, we got other stuff to go." And then come to find out,
Yep.
like a week ago, it gets on Xbox Game Pass for free.
it.
And I was like, "Yes,
For
let's
free,
go."
dude. So we obviously downloaded it. You played it. I haven't gotten to it yet. Tell us what you think.
So yeah, so far the game, best way to put it is anime Dark Souls.
Yep.
Through and through.
I mean, you could see it just on the trailers itself, right?
Yeah, like
You don't have to
if you
play
watch
it to know it.
if you watch Game of the Week video that I posted, it'll show you the trailer, like the intro to it, and then I'm like in the middle of the game, so you'll see that, and you'll see that like it's exactly like Dark Souls through and through.
For sure. That initial first trailer, or not the trailer, like the first
The cutscene,
that is insane. It just everything about it is nuts. Everything looks dope.
I wish it was an anime. Honestly, I would watch this anime.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
It looks sick. Is there anime cutscenes or no?
There is animated cutscenes. Yes, I've only seen one in the game so far, but there are animated cutscenes.
Okay, all right.
Kind of like how Tales of Symphonia, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like that.
All right.
I would say the game, what I like about this game is that it actually has a story, like a story that you care about versus like Dark Soul. It's like there's not really stories. Yeah, it's just like
there's story, but you need to be really into the whole like Bloodborne, like the whole Souls like storyline. Like you really have to dive into it to actually get any story out of it. So you have to do like a lot of research, a lot of like digging to get story out of it.
Yeah, and the only cutscenes you really see in Dark Souls are when you fight a boss. That's
sure.
really the only time you ever see a cutscene. Whereas in this game, there's characters, you learn their names, and that whole thing. So I really do enjoy that aspect of it.
Cool. Now, as far as like you said, it's like Bloodborne, right? Or like Souls game. Does it have like that same style of upgrading your weapons and
exact using, like, to the
souls to use? Okay, all right. So it's literally just, it's not a rip off per se, but it's like it's heavily influenced by Souls games.
it's very copy paste, and it's basically if you took the Souls game and slapped a anime skin on it. That's what you get with this game.
I'm not mad about that, to be honest.
No, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, this is a ripoff, but like, I will say though, it does not play as tight as the Souls game.
All right, that was my next question. How well does it play?
Plays very good, but if you're used to playing those games, very well, if you're used to playing those games, you're gonna feel that it's gonna be like a little looser, and it doesn't. I don't know how to explain it, but like, you know, in Bloodborne, when you like get like a tech off and you just like do a counter, and it's like they have that stuff, but it's missing something.
Okay.
So,
and you were mentioning a little bit earlier before going on air that it has this fast paced kind of action to it, kind of like Bloodborne does. Not much like Dark Souls, right? Dark Souls is a little bit more slower in that aspect, but Bloodborne is a little bit more fast paced. Is that kind of like where this game's at? The fast paced.
Yeah, I would put it more towards Bloodborne more than the Souls game.
Okay.
Souls games. Just because like even like the magic you use and stuff like it like wants you to move fast. It doesn't want you to really take it slow.
See, that's what's gonna probably get me to play this game more so than Demon Souls or Dark Souls, like I was trying to get into, because I just can't get over the slowness of the games, you know. So you telling me that this is a little bit more fast pacey, more like Bloodborne, then that's definitely got me more hyped about it.
Yeah, for sure. And I will say too, I think it's easier than those other games as well.
Okay, that's fair. All right, that's cool.
So easier. Another thing I'll note about the game is that you can play online with someone, so you can hop into the store.
We were gonna do that, motherfucker, but you decided to play first, and now you
were taking too long, man. I wanted to play this game for so long, and
I hear you, but you could have waited. But now I got to catch up to you to get to.
I'll pause. I'll stop playing so you can catch up. So it's a lot of fun.
So if you pause, if you wait, I'd say if you wait like maybe this week, right? Don't play the game for one whole week.
I won't play.
I won't play Persona. I won't play Control, and I'll just fucking. I mean, how far are you? You're not that far, right? You can't be that far. You're like what, 6 hours in?
I am in the what is considered the worst level in the game right now.
In terms of what? Difficulty?
It's just the design, and think of like levels you just hate, like sewers, and like it's like that.
Caves,
it's just like confusing, and the level doesn't make sense, and everything all looks the same. So I'm trying to get through that part, and then like I'll be okay. But this part sucks. Like but I'll wait.
All right, so that's my job for this week coming up. So I'm gonna stop playing Persona, stop playing Control, and I'm just gonna fucking try to do the most I can with Code Vein, and then if I get to you, then we'll start playing together and we'll have a grand old time.
For sure.
All right.
I will note one last thing about the game. The reason why it seems easy is because you have a companion with you, like an NPC.
Okay.
That's like you're in your party.
And that would be like the second player if I were to join.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're always with that NPC, and they are like overpowered as fuck. Like they just truck through enemies. So that's what makes the game easy, is because you have this overpowered character with you.
That's what makes Dark Souls games or Souls games so great is just the difficulty, right? And you're kind of telling me now that this game has like this easy mode, or not easy mode, but like, you know, it has like a little clutch, and I don't know if I like that. I mean, it's cool.
It really depends on like it's a better entry point for players
to
get into it.
Yeah.
But I think it would be harder if you actually play with someone else, because that person's not going to be a souped up NPC like, you know, you get. So
right. Okay. All right. So thumbs up, thumbs down. What are you thinking?
This game. Thumbs up.
Of course.
You should play this game.
I don't know why I asked. I already knew.
Yeah, go play this game, guys. It's awesome. It's fun. If you like anime, Dark Souls, play it.
A little bit more tidbit. This game is made by or developed by Bandai Namco, and it was released in March 31st of 2019. And it came out for like PS4, Xbox One, and now of course Game Pass. So check it out for free.
Free on Game
If you
Pass.
don't have Game Pass though, it's $21.97 on PS4 at Amazon. So if you want to check it out there, go for it. But you did make a video, right? A game of the week. So where we can check that out after this, after the podcast, we'll put the description down in the link below. Check it out, take a look, like it, and yeah, let us know what you think. Moving on, topic number 1, Rob, our main topic: Pokemon video presentation and Post Malone concert thoughts. So, as we know, we had a Pokemon presentation that they released, and they showed up a bunch of stuff that you and I are very excited for. So I'll just go through it just a little bit here. This is coming from imore.com. New Pokemon Snap trailer, which, I mean, I was already in as soon as they showed the title. So they don't need to show me any more about Pokemon Snap, to be honest. I'm already buying it.
It's Pokemon Snap. I would play the Nintendo 64 version right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm down for that. It looks cool. It looks cute. Whatever. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl remakes. This is interesting. This was, I feel like, a no-brainer. It was bound to happen, right? But we're actually seeing it now for the first time. Releasing worldwide late 2021. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, everyone kind of knew it was going to happen. It's just a matter of when. They've done remakes for every one of the games. Mm-hmm. So we'll eventually get one for Black and White. You know what I mean? Yep. But it's more of the style that they chose to do this remake in.
Right. It looks, I don't know. Would you say it looks good? Graphics wise?
I feel like it's almost like a half remake.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Because it doesn't do anything groundbreaking as far as the art style, right? It's not.
It's a very similar art style. It's not like they took an open world and put it in there from So if you take Ruby Ruby and Sapphire, mm-hmm. and they had, I don't know what the new ones were called when they released the new ones for the 3DS. Omega Ruby and but that looks completely different. They fleshed everything out. This is kind of they made it. It's a graphical overhaul, but not really.
Right. Yeah, well, just so you guys know, it's developed by ILCA developers. So they're the people that made Pokemon Home, and it's under the direction of, I'm going to mispronounce this, Junichi Matsuda, which is the original director of Diamond and Pearl. So that's interesting. At least there's that, at least we have the original director. I just think that they could have done a little bit more with the art style. And again, this is just a remake. It's not anything it's going to sell regardless, right? No matter what, it's going to sell.
And it's interesting. Okay, can I just say one issue I do have with this game already?
What's that?
It's going to be on Switch, right?
Right.
And they're going to charge $60 for it.
Of course.
Where it's
well, they've been doing that for how long?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it's not like a full-fledged
I know
Pokemon game.
I hear you.
And they're just basically just redoing this. I will say the battling is obviously completely rehauled because it's 3D now. But the overworld, when you're walking around with your character, it looks very similar to the old one. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, they can do that because again, they're Pokemon.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna love it.
Exactly.
I'm just nitpicking. That's all.
But I thought it was cool. Again, a no-brainer. They showed that, and I thought, all right, cool. I'm down. Now the real juice to this presentation, though, Rob, was Pokemon Legends Arceus. Right? That's how you say it?
Pronounced
Arceus?
Arceus.
Pokemon Legends Arceus. This is what
Arceus? Whatever.
You know what? I don't know. Listen, this is basically what we've been wanting from as we were kids, right? As we were growing up. We wanted an open world Pokemon game that we could literally just do what we want. Catch Pokemon, just kind of set off on this crazy adventure. Open world. Kind of Breath of the Wild-esque, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like they're giving that to us so far, right? The trailer that they showed us, it had a lot of the elements that give you that Breath of the Wild vibes. But there were some issues with it. Let me just go down some of the list here. So it's taking place in an older version of Sinnoh region, right? So this is interesting. I like the story that it's kind of already picturing or painting here. This is years before the events of Diamond and Pearl. Like right there, that story setting there is dope. Like you're over here telling me like this is we're like the first like pioneers of developing a Pokemon Pokedex, right? Like this is cool.
The Pokeballs are wooden. They're actually
sick.
wooden.
Like
and it's like
they put thought into it. They put actual like that. To me, that's really interesting. I like that a lot.
It's like feudal Japan. Like who doesn't like that?
Exactly.
You're like a ninja.
Exactly. Yeah. So right off the bat, I was super interested, super down. This is setting off to create like their first Pokedex, like I already said. The starters you're gonna get. I'm gonna probably mispronounce these guys. Roulette.
Have faith.
Roulette, right?
Yeah.
Cyniquil, who doesn't know Cyniquil, and Oshawott.
There you go. You got him.
I'm good.
Oshawott, yeah.
Oshawott, of course.
Good job.
Which I know who they are. I haven't played Pokemon like that in a while. So yeah. So that's kind of cool because these are starters from different regions, right? From different regions.
Different starts from different generations.
Generations as well. So that's kind of cool. Is this the first time they've ever done this though?
Yeah.
Right.
First time.
That's what I thought. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome. I'm gonna probably pick. Maybe Cyniquil because I like Cyniquil, but we'll see.
I'm mixed. I'm like Cyniquil or Rowlet. Rowlet's really cool.
Rowlet's cool.
Yeah. So it's maybe between those two for sure.
And you're gonna be exploring Sinnoh region freely into an open world again, Breath of the Wild. It gives you that Breath of the Wild vibes. It even kind of did this thing like in the trailer where you're like seeing over the horizon and the camera zooming in, kind of like Breath of the Wild when you first start to explore the game itself. Like I thought that was pretty cool. But it's coming out early 2022, so it's gonna be another year from now or so, right? So to go back into our conversation here, the game didn't look like it was running well. And it makes sense that it's coming out in early 2022 because it was a little rough around the edges, right?
It looked empty. The frame rates of some of the Pokemon were really bad.
Yeah.
That were in the overworld.
Yeah.
And you could tell it was very, very like beginning, like even pre-alpha. Like,
it has to be like pre-alpha or something.
Yeah.
Like the Pokemon characters just looked like they were running at like 2 frames per second or something. Like,
exactly.
It was weird.
Super jumpy and jittery. Yeah. It looked awful. So I think Nintendo knows that like, we're gonna fix that. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, I have faith. They haven't really steered us wrong. I know the previous Pokemon that just came out had its issues when it first came out with but it was also a much bigger Pokemon game than the normal, right? Mm-hmm. But it was also empty, which was the problem that we're seeing in this one too. So who knows? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. They're definitely going to be showing more about this game as the year goes. And I think, this has to be it. And if this isn't it, if this isn't what we wanted, at least it's the step. It's the first step of doing that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So the next game that comes out, the next in the series, Pokemon, whatever,
has to be even better. It's going to be that open world, right? Exactly.
It's going to be open world. They messed with it with Sword and Shield was like a tease.
Exactly.
Of it.
Yep.
The next versions that come out is going to be that 100%. Yep. This is them testing the waters to see, okay, we're going to see how this works.
Yep. And so we also actually had kind of I guess you can call breaking news sort of during the midst of us building our dock here. And so it looks like Nintendo Switch is going to be coming out with a 4K output OLED screen, a brand new Nintendo Switch essentially. So if they do, this can kind of
it's going to run fine on it. It's going to run fine on it.
Great, right? It's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the new Switch if it is true?
There has to be a performance upgrade. People have been wanting that performance upgrade for a while. Yeah. I think the Nintendo Switch Lite kind of solves the problem of like, well, we want something that's a little underpowered and like for kids and stuff like that so they can play. But now at least kind of like that, the regular Nintendo Switch, like, well, we want to play games with better graphics now and like we want more memory. So
right,
it has to happen. They're gonna do it.
They have to
because like.
Yeah. They have to catch up. And what's interesting about this is that it's going to be running at 4K. Nintendo isn't really the company to kind of be in the know with quality, like 4K. Like they're always kind of a step behind when it comes to that, right?
But 4K has been around for a while now. I think the PS4 Pro ran at 4K, and how many years ago did that thing come out? So they're definitely still behind as far as that goes. So yeah. I don't think,
I just think that it's a different direction for them, and for them to have an LED screen, 4K, like to me that
it's going to be 4K when you dock it, from what the reports say.
Exactly, and
only when it's docked.
My only thing is, not many people dock their console. Not many people dock their Switch. I'm one of the few people that actually play their Switch more so docked than handheld. So to me, that's enticing. Other people, they're like, okay, well, that's great and all 4K, but I only handheld. Like that's all I do. I don't really play the game docked. So this doesn't probably do anything for most people, to be honest. In the Nintendo Switch like crowd.
I mean, the performance people are gonna buy it. The people that want that performance will buy it. So this is more for them. But if you don't want it, then just buy a Nintendo Switch Lite, which you can it's handheld all the time.
Absolutely. So yep. Yeah, I'm excited. This is probably coming out. There was like they had some type of date that they wanted to come have this out by, right? Do you remember? I don't remember. I know they were starting production
before holiday 2021. I think.
Yeah, they were starting production for the screens in June. I think Samsung was the one that was starting the productions there. So that's cool. I'm excited. I'm down for that. We'll see though. Pokemon concert impressions. I'm gonna let you kind of take the role on this one. What did you think about the Pokemon concert impressions, or the Pokemon concert in general?
When the announcement first came out, I was really excited. But then they like made it into like an animation kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he didn't interact with any of the Pokemon. Exactly. It was just an animated version of him.
Yep.
Floating around a stage.
Yep.
And just Pokemon were floating around him.
Yep.
But like he didn't do anything. He didn't like catch one. Wasn't like trying to like he didn't like fly on top of Charizard or something like.
Right. Yeah, it was weird. Like I enjoyed the announcement.
I enjoyed it.
Like, well, I enjoyed the announcement leading to it because I'm like, oh, this is gonna be cool. Like I can see it being really like entertaining. But going into the concert, again, it was like 13 minutes. It was very underwhelming. They had this animated Post Malone, right, which was kind of funny, and he was singing and doing his thing, but he wasn't doing anything.
All he was doing singing. That's it. He was just singing,
and then you have Pokemon it was as if around him.
He could have been doing the same thing.
Yeah.
With no Pokemon, and it would have been like whatever. Like
right. It would have probably had more of an impact, honestly, if it wasn't animated. If it was literally Post Malone, and then they had the animated Pokemon like flying around him and shit like that. I 100%. Think that'd be cool, right? Like that would have been better. But this didn't do anything for me. This was kind of this was a little disappointing. I don't know.
Like they could have done the Detective Pikachu route.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I was.
That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, but they missed the mark. And honestly, I don't know if this was just me or like what I follow, who I follow and stuff like that. But there was no hype around this. It wasn't anything like once it finished, no one talked about it. Like it was just gone, done. I don't know how. I didn't hear anybody talk about it. I didn't hear anybody post any of their impressions. Like it was just done.
Yeah, that just tells you like because it was okay. Now, do you think the Katy Perry one that's coming up is going to be better?
I don't know. I would hope they learn from the first one, right? From Post Malone, and I mean, I don't think they're going to do anything like what we were just talking about, like the Detective Pikachu route, but at the very least interact with them, like I just think this was just kind of lazy in a sense. It was just like, I'm sure they put a lot of money and time, but it just didn't feel like much. I was watching someone, it didn't feel like Pokemon made this, like it didn't feel like the Pokemon company made this. So
for sure.
It was disappointing.
One fun fact before we stop talking about this topic, Post Malone was actually in my hometown this past week. He was at a restaurant in I think it was Newburgh. I think it was like Hurricane.
That was near you? I saw that. That was near you?
Yeah. Yep. So that's like freaking 15 minutes away from my house, and he went there to go eat, and like we saw their Instagram, and he took all the pictures with all the employees there.
Interesting. That's dope. You
Cool.
guys have a hurricane?
I didn't know it was like a big brand like that. I thought it was just like
It's like a wing spot, right?
yeah.
Dude, it's great. They have it in Florida. That was the first time I went there, and I'm like, this is a cool place. It's like a chain. It's dope.
Yeah, I've only been there once, but we have one. Yeah, but yeah, just a fun fact about Post Malone.
Nice. All right, well, on to number 2. San Diego Comic-Con, E3, and Anime Expo canceled. No surprise there. Right. San Diego Comic-Con has announced this year's show will not go on, at least not in person. And the 2021 Anime Expo has now officially canceled its physical event as well. There'll still be a virtual event from July 23rd to the 25th, and organizers are still planning a 3-day in-person convention set for November. E3 is also being canceled, but it's also, just to point out, E3 hasn't officially confirmed that it's being canceled, but this is
gonna be canceled.
It is, but this is right now based off of Los Angeles Department of Convention and Tourism. They have like documents indicating that the E3 Electronic Entertainment Expo will cancel this year.
If they move it to Texas, if they move to E3 to Texas, it won't be canceled.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. So
just saying,
this is news, but it's not really news, right? Because like we knew this was gonna happen. This was something that they did the right thing, right? If they are gonna cancel all 3 of these, I don't know. I just feel like, all right, these conventions need to be canceled right now. It's not the time to have everyone crowded in a convention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too soon to do it. I think
too soon. Yeah.
But it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Do you think the New York City Comic-Con's going to be canceled? Because that's later in the year. That's like October. Do you think there's a chance of that still happening?
There's a chance that it can still happen. Yeah. It depends on where we're at. Like, like November, like September, around September, like I feel like we would have to know more details about it, right? And it's kind of hard to tell right now because we're in such a wishy-washy part of this pandemic right now that there's some states that are not having you that they don't require you to have masks, right? Like now there is just kind of like an option. There's some states that still require it as an option. So there's just a lot of like wishy-washy things. No one's really kind of knowing what to do. And as more people get the vaccines and people are starting to kind of be more protective and feel more safer and stuff like that, I feel like this will happen, but we just have to wait and see. Honestly, there's no at this point right now I will say no, but who knows 2 to 3 months down the line.
Would you? Okay, so say they bring back E3 next year, the next year,
okay,
and all the Comic-Cons and the conventions and stuff like that. Would you feel comfortable going next year, like in person? Would you personally?
It depends on what guidelines they have. I would probably more than likely would have a mask on, and it just depends on what kind of sanitary things they have implemented in the convention, right? Because if they don't address the mask situation, or if they don't address people's hygienes or anything like that of that sort, then this isn't going to be a safe place to be, I feel like, at the end of the day. Again, it honestly just depends on what it looks like a year down the line.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think I would go, just because like you're so starved from not being able to do these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would hope by the time like you have the vaccine, you'd be okay.
Right.
If you're doing the proper, and if they're taking the proper precautions.
Yeah.
To do it, to make sure sanitize everything and take your temperature as you go in and stuff like that. Yeah. You're gonna get cases doing this stuff. It's not gonna be like, but it's like, okay, well, are we only gonna get like a limited amount of cases, or is this gonna start like a whole other strain or something? You know what I mean? So it's hard to tell.
And also, are they gonna have restrictions of how many people are gonna go? That's gonna
I would think so.
Right? So that's gonna make it even harder for you to go to Comic-Con, for example, right? Like, it's hard enough to get the tickets as it is. You know how crazy it gets trying to get those tickets. For them to restrain the amount of people, I feel like it's gonna be difficult.
We're gonna see scalpers like crazy, even more so when Comic-Con opens up, or whenever these things open up.
Yep.
It's gonna be even. It's gonna be crazy, man. Like scalpers have really taken advantage of this.
Oh, for sure.
Pandemic.
They're making money out of this.
Yeah.
Now, as far as E3 goes, do you think they're gonna be a thing next year? Do you think they're gonna be relevant next year?
I don't think they need to do it. Me personally, we went to PAX, and you can. It's PAX is like a mini E3 in a sense. It's for like indie games, whatever.
Yeah,
and
more for the
board
public.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't want to wait in line for like an hour to play.
I don't think did we play any games? I don't think so.
I don't remember. We played like some indie games, but
Yeah.
it was cool when there wasn't a line and you could just play the game.
Yep.
But there was always a freaking long ass line, and then you're just sit there, you're hungry and you're tired,
Yep.
and I just don't see the appeal of it anymore. I'd rather it's like, oh, you're just gonna send it digitally to my console or computer,
Cool.
and I could play it at home.
Yep.
Let me do that. I'll do that 100% all day.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly don't see E3 being as relevant as they were in the past couple of years. If anything, I can see them going the route of doing everything online, right? And having like a kind of like a presentation,
Yeah.
kind of like how we watch our E3s at home. The only difference is for those that actually go to E3 and like the press, for example, like they're not going to be having those hands-on first impressions of games that we love to see after E3 or during E3. So it's a little bit of an adjustment that I'm sure is going to happen, but I don't see the need to actually go to physically be there to wait in line, like you said, and most likely just be miserable. You're waiting 2 to 3 hours in a line to play a game for like 10 minutes. And then by the end of the whole day, what have you really played? You probably played like 3 or 4 games, and you haven't gotten
touch someone's sticky ass controller.
Exactly.
Like, you know how many people touch? It's not gonna happen. There's no way. You know how many people touch those freaking controllers? Especially, there's no way it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be done. But there was something like Comic-Con though. I love Comic-Con because it's different. Because you're seeing all these different costumes and the vendors and stuff. I want to go to. I miss doing that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, who knows? They might keep going, and they might actually not close down E3 this year, and everyone's going to be pissed, and no one show up, and they'll just shoot themselves in the foot, regardless. Topic number 3. A little change of pace here, a little change of scenery here. So we're going to be talking about the first ever space hotel slated to be operational by 2027. So this is a quote here. This decade will see the start and completion of construction on humanity's first hotel in outer space, according to the group behind it, Orbital Assembly. The 3-year-old company plans to begin building Voyager station in low Earth orbit in 2025 and believes its interstellar resort may be operational as soon as 2027. The New York Post states. This is end quote. What do you think? What the fuck? Like, this is... First of all, should we be spending the money for this right now? Like, is that something that we need to be spending on?
I mean, if people got money, they're going to spend it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you're a billionaire, it's like, I can't possibly spend this money. Let me put it towards this.
Yeah.
Why not? This is cool.
Do you think it'll actually happen? Like, is that something... Like, they say... they're in production. They say that they're going to actually start doing this, but will it actually happen?
I think this is very ambitious.
Very ambitious.
Very ambitious. Anything that has to do with space, I'm like... But then again, you see Elon Musk with SpaceX, and they're freaking sending rockets left and right, you know?
True.
So maybe it's just gotten to the point where we have the technology to just do this.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting, right? Because for them to actually build this, they must know how the layout's going to be, how much work is going to be involved. Like, the manpower to build this is going to be insane. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I think this is going to be a project that it could be in the pipes,
It's gonna be at least delayed if it does actually happen.
Very well.
I don't think it's.
I just think it's gonna be like something that they're ambitious about. They're gonna be doing, and then all of a sudden they realize we just can't keep putting money on this, or it's just not feasible. We can't do it, and they shut it down. But how cool would it be?
We can go to Mars.
If they actually
I mean, not us,
still.
but
What was that?
First, how much is going to be?
Oh,
one night. Well, it's not going to be one night. It's not going to be a night. It's going to be like
a night.
Stay.
You can't leave. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be a night. Yeah,
they sent you out of space. You're like, all right, you gotta go. See ya, and then you just die.
No, it's gonna be like a vacation kind of thing. Like you stay there for
put
like
it
2
put
months.
it this way: we are not gonna go. We will not be going to this place.
Oh no, yeah, we're not going.
No.
So I don't know. I don't even know why we're even talking about it because we can't even go.
Honestly, I don't know, man. But
would you go? Would you go 100%. If you were offered? You would go. You do it
if they offered me for free. Hey, we're gonna ship you out to outer space to the first ever like hotel in space, and you get to stay there for I don't know, a month. I don't know how. Yeah. I'll be like, yeah, fuck, sign me up. Let's do it. Would I like it? That's a different story. How long does it take to get there? How long does it take to get there, though? You know what I mean?
It probably wouldn't take that long, honestly. You literally get sent by a shuttle that goes freaking bajillion miles an hour. So
yeah, but it takes time.
It wouldn't take. It's not like it's going to. It's Earth's orbit. Like it's not. Yeah, it's not the moon. So it wouldn't take that long.
I don't know, man. I want to see the actual like how long it would take. Can it take like 6 hours, 8, 10, less than that? Like
what do you think? You think it's like a mill a night or something like that?
A mill a night sounds about right, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. That's wild. This is making
me. People signing up. There's gonna be a wait list. That's how crazy it is. It's like
Elon Musk is at the top of the list, I'm sure. If he's not fucking helping build this shit. Yeah. Well, this is making me just feel broke as shit. So on to topic number 4. A little bit more lighter on the side here. Apple not switching to USB-C in iPhones. Quote: the dream of a USB-C iPhone may be dead, according to the latest research note from Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo. The company reportedly has no plans to adopt USB-C on future iPhones devices or integrate a Touch ID sensor into the power button, 2 technologies that exist on Apple iPads hardware like the 2020 iPad Air. The report, obtained by Apple Insider, explains the rationale behind Apple's decision. We believe that the USB-C is detrimental to the MFI business profitability, and the waterproof specification is lower than the Lightning and MagSafe, according to Kuo. So this is, I don't know. You think this is like a step back from Apple? Like, is this something that doesn't matter? I guess
it doesn't matter because Apple does whatever it wants. It doesn't care. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, we don't think USB-C is going to be in the books. Like, we don't feel like spending all the money to switch all that over right now.
But people still buy their stuff regardless.
Exactly. It literally, like, they could do it, but they don't see the need to do that. Mm-hmm. Which is, I don't get it. It's weird because like all their devices use USB-C except iPhones.
Yep.
Even like the cord, like the lightning cord, it's now USB-C. And then but the actual, I don't understand why they just don't do it, but I don't know. It could be like how they design their phones. I don't know. I don't know why they're not getting rid of lightning.
Yeah, I don't have the answer to that. I just think that it's even if they made if they made like one of the iPhones have the USB, the other ones don't, depending on a different type of tier, that would be somewhat of a solution. Obviously, most people would just still buy the USB-C one, but it's just weird that what's weird for me is that there's Apple products that do have it, but they refuse to put that on their iPhones.
Well, here's the thing for me is that they say that USB-C waterproof is detrimental. It's not as waterproof as Lightning is. But I'm like, I don't think that's true. I think USB-C is the same, if not better, because you have like the Samsung phones that are all using it, and they're very similar to what the iPhone can do, and like damage resistance or whatever it is called.
Yep.
So that's why I don't really believe that, as far as because it's not as waterproof. And I'm like, is it though?
Again, this is just an insider. It could very well be true, but we won't know until Apple announces it. Obviously, they could, they could have this as their mindset, and then all of a sudden change it last minute. You know.
Do you think they'll change? So do you think they'll change to a completely different port, like charger?
I think they're gonna go
iteration.
I think
or
they're
they're
gonna
gonna
go
go
portless.
wireless.
I think they're gonna go portless.
Just a MagSafe.
MagSafe, and if for the most part, most people still don't have MagSafe. Like they haven't acquired the MagSafe stuff yet. So there might be like a workaround, but they're gonna probably push MagSafe and not have you like physically have a charger anymore. That's my guess. That's the other way to like revolutionize your product a little bit.
Yeah.
For better
I personally,
or worse.
I have the MagSafe charger as on my iPhone.
Me too.
And
I've not charged my phone with a USB-C cable since I bought it. Like,
you mean the Lightning
USB cable?
Yeah, and I like it. Like I like that I can like use my phone still while it's not that you couldn't do that before, but like it's not in the way. I think it's the best way to put it. It's not in the way of you operating or holding your phone.
You have the MagSafe, like the MagSafe, right? You just plop it on there and it starts charging, right?
Well, it's a cord. It's a MagSafe and it connects to.
Oh, I have the pad where I just plop it on.
I don't know if you could see it. Like this is it.
That's what. Yeah. You just plop it in there. Yeah.
You just plop it on the back of the phone and then you can use your phone.
That my only issue with that is obviously if I'm like laying in bed and I have my phone next to me, like I have to like take it out, and because it's magnetic, it like I pick up my phone and I'm also picking up the charger, and it like plops down and it makes noise. Like it's a little pain in the ass sometimes. And also obviously when you pick it up, you're not charging your phone anymore because you took it out of the charger. And then you put it back, you're charging it again. So unlike just connecting it on your phone, you're kind of like removing it, uncharging it, charging back in again. So it's kind of a hassle in that aspect.
Well, not this one. I mean, we might have different things because like this, I don't set this. This is a long cord. I literally plop this on the back of my phone. I actually have my phone right here. I'll show you. So like, see, this is the phone. This is the iPhone.
On your right.
You see it?
Yep.
And you just.
Yeah, I know.
And I could still use. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You plop it off every time?
Yeah, because then I have the wire like moving around.
Oh,
like the whole point of that is to be wireless, right? Like that's the whole.
Well, the point of this is to be able to use it like this. That's the point of this.
I don't know.
To be able to like move it and use it while. That's what I'm saying. I think
is that the point? Is that what really?
That's the point of it. Yeah, which apparently it went way over your head, and you were.
It was like for me, it was like a charging station, a base. You plop your phone there, you charge it, and then you take it out. You know what I mean?
No, I think they want this to be the future. They want to get rid of the cords, and they want this to be like that that lightning cord. That's what they want. That's what I'm thinking. But
I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't judge.
Freaking me, Apple doing what they want.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They can change the world, and people will still follow.
They can literally ship a new phone without a charger. They'll be like, okay, you don't get a charging block.
I mean, what have they eliminated so far? They eliminated the headphones, right?
The charging block.
The charging block. They eliminated the stickers. I think they eliminated the stickers. Not that no one gave a shit, but
I think the stickers are still there. I think so.
I don't care anymore. Topic number 5. Let's go. Pyra and Mythra Super Smash Bros. Showcase from this morning. Let's fucking go. So, we didn't watch it together, but we watched it on our separate times. I wasn't hyped for this person, for this character at all. Now I am hyped. Actually, I can download her. We can download her right now. I haven't downloaded her. Have you?
I checked before we recorded this, and she's not available yet. She might be as we're recording this. She might be now because usually they do it at night when they release the characters.
True.
So we're gonna wait before you start on this topic. Are we gonna play after this? Are we gonna smash?
Yeah, I think we should. I think that.
Let's go.
Well, we got to work on some stuff, but yeah, I think we should because she is dope as hell. So you're using 2 characters in one, and you can interchange however you want. But the amount of attacks and different abilities that you have, they all look cool, by the way. Like all your attacks and all your when you're switching, what I saw the video, when you're switching, you have like a second of like invincibility. So even if like Samus charges a shot at you and you switch at the right moment, like
they'll just dodge it.
Just dodge it. And I think that's so cool. Like little things that they put into this game or this character, I love it.
So we were disappointed with the character.
We
but
were.
Now after seeing the showcase for her, I'm
we
like,
were
she's
disappointed
cool.
that it wasn't someone else that we wanted. You know
That's
what
a better way.
It
of
wasn't
putting
more
it.
so of the character because I mean she looks cool, they look cool, but now seeing the character in action and how they actually play, I think she might be my main. She might be my a new main. Maybe we'll see. I haven't played the game in like a while.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, to summarize it for this character, she basically has fast mode and power mode, right? Like that's basically what she is. Like she has a quick, that's what I feel because the attacks are similar.
Yep.
On each thing, it's just one's quicker, one's slower. You know.
And she has a dodging mechanic similar to Bayonetta, which is pretty cool. She just has
I'm excited to try her out.
She has a lot for her, and I'm excited. It looks cool. So there's only 2 left though. 2 more spots. So by the end of this year, we should have, right?
So E3 or Nintendo Direct time, summer is going to be, they're going to announce another one.
Yep.
And then I'd imagine fall is going to be the last one.
Exactly.
Right. So.
And then that's it. And then no more.
We're done.
We're done. Who do you think the last 2 are? Like, who do you really, like, I don't know. The only thing that keeps me moving is that Sora has not been, mentioned at all. That could be either a bad thing or a very good thing.
The only thing I don't think I want it to be Sora. That's my number 1. I really do want it to be Sora, but I feel like they have too many Square Enix reps right now. They have Hero, they have Cloud, they have Sephiroth, which have all been DLC characters. So they're gonna do 4 DLC characters from Square Enix. That's
Rob, but you're missing the key part here. This would be Disney. A fucking drop, mic drop. They were like, you know what? We don't have everybody here yet. We need fucking Disney. Disney comes. They have the little Disney logo, or they have a little keyblade, whatever the fuck they want. And the way they'll announce Sora, they have so many possibilities, dude. Like you don't understand the amount.
I want it to happen. I just don't want to be disappointed. I'm saving myself. I'm preparing myself.
You either get on this hype train, dude, or you just fucking. Like,
and then what happens? What happens? What happens if it get released? Then you're gonna
feel like
you're
shit
gonna be miserable.
Together,
you're gonna you're crazy, man.
Sora has to be in this. You know what I mean?
What happens if he doesn't come out though? What are you gonna do?
If he's a Mii fighter, a skin, I'm gonna fucking flip. Like,
are you gonna cry?
I was afraid to watch this, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna show up. He's gonna be a fucking little skin. But we still have hope. There's still 2 characters left. So let's just say one is Sora, right? What could the other one possibly be?
It could be.
I feel like the Dante train has.
No,
that's
it's
gone.
too late. It's too late. Yeah,
he had his chance, and now it's gone.
I
don't know.
Can't,
I literally have no idea.
I haven't. Oh, I got it. Waluigi.
You see, no, I don't.
Cool. I feel like
it.
Because so many people have been asking for the character since Melee.
I get it. To like,
it's not what you want. It's
perfecta, but it's just not like it's not as hype. I don't think.
Yes, it is. I think it's very hype.
Waluigi, you think is hype?
Yes, that's a very hype character. In the community, that is a super hyped character. Me personally, he's cool, and I would like him to be in the game. Yeah. But to everyone else, he's like the character they want in the game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who do you think?
I have no clue at this point. It's weird. I wanted Dante, and that ship set sailed.
Yeah,
I'm still in for Sora, of course. Right now, I don't have a clue what the second character would be. No idea.
It could be of a game that's coming out too. It could be like you know what I mean, like a new Switch game that it could be that character.
So I think they did. I think they're done with Nintendo characters. They did a pretty good job with adding Nintendo characters in this DLC, right? Like it has to be a third party, one of them at least. I don't know.
All I know, the last one's gonna be a huge surprise. So save the best for last.
That they better. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That last trailer that they showed, dude, it needs to be hype as hell. Because if it's not, if it's fucking, I don't know, if it's a fucking Pac-Man ghost or something, like it's gonna turn tables for sure.
Well, we'll see. We'll see once that we'll see in a year.
We'll see in a year. We will see in a year. All right. Well, that is it, everybody. Thank you for joining us on today's podcast. Today is episode 8 of our podcast. Again, we're actually changing our dates of when we post our podcast. We're going to be posting them now Fridays at 12, both audio and video. So keep on the lookout for that. We also post our videos, like I said, on YouTube at Project Tech Gaming, as well as a bunch of other content that we put there. So check it out. If you enjoy our podcast, please give us a like, share, subscribe. Let us know how we're doing. Have a comment in the comments below so that we know how we're doing as well. And finally, follow us on Twitter as well at Project Tech G. And we just made an Instagram as well, so follow us there too at Project Tech Gaming. We really do. It's all
the socials. Just
all the socials. Follow us everywhere. Everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just everywhere. Give us a like everywhere. Give us a comment below. Just tell us how we're doing. Great conversation, Rob. I appreciate it. And anything else to close?
That's it, man. I'm excited for the next week, and I'll see you then.
All right, man. Catch you guys later.
All right. Bye.